Hi, my name's Niki Star. I'm going to try and do the Authortube newbie tag today because I'm trying to maybe set up an Authortube channel. I have no idea what I'm doing in anything in my life, but we're going to give this a go because why not? Number one, what's your book's pitch? Now, I've not actually written a proper pitch for it. I'll try and give a little bit of a taster. Lilith is framed for a murder she didn't commit and sent to a prison in the outskirts of the Galactic Empire. And there she meets a bunch of other people and eventually escapes and goes on a overarching mission to seek revenge on the people that put her there in the first place. I will get better at writing pitches, hopefully, as part of this, because that's a bit shit. But let's move on. How would you pitch yourself? I feel like everyone I've watched has got a little bit awkward on this question. I would say I am a slightly socially awkward introvert, future cat lady, and hopefully future author. Number three, what do you usually write? I usually write some kind of fantasy-esque kind of work. So a lot of my work has other worlds that either people are transported to from this world, or it's a big old space galaxy thing, which I kind of regret doing sometimes when I'm trying to work on the world building of it, but that's fine. Number four, what is something you'll never write? I was trying to think about this when I was sort of writing down the questions and looking at them, and I can't think of anything I would say I would definitely never write. I guess the only thing at the moment that I could never envision myself doing is like children's books. A lot of my books have really sort of dark themes in them, and I know you can explore those kind of darker themes sometimes with kids' books, but I go a bit far with it. There's a lot of murder and blood in my stuff at the moment. Number five, what is your goal for creating an Authortube platform? I think for me, I've always struggled to find sort of groups of authors or people that also write. A lot of my friends maybe write on the side, but not quite as much as I do. So it'd be nice to connect with some people that do it. And I think as well, there might be something in the accountability side of it for me. And that if I, for example, did a video saying I was going to write so many words, that I might then be more inclined to do it. Number six, what made you start writing? When I was a very small child, I'll say very small child, when I was a young adult, I think we were probably 11 or 12, a few of my friends in school, we all used to write, and we had a writers forum that we did between the group of us, and we used to post things out there, give little feedbacks. I looked after a certain section as well for lyrics and poems because I also write songs, and I've done that for forever. So we kind of built up this sort of platform together about writing. And from there I've kind of carried on my own and carried on writing certain books. Not any of the books that I posted on there because they were trash. But I think when you're like 11 to 15, if you're writing in that age group, unless you are the unicorn who manages to sell something at that point, most of us are writing trash. Hope I'm not on my own on that. Number seven, what's your publishing path? So for my main series that I'm writing at the moment, I would really like to get that traditionally published, but I am also aware that there aren't that many publishers that prefer to take on a series as someone's debut book. What I'm also going to try and do this year is write essentially a standalone, but kind of in the world, so that if I can't sell my series, I might be able to sell that first. But I'm not opposed to being a hybrid author. I've done a couple of short novellas over the last couple of years that I think might be more of a self-publishing kind of a book rather than a traditionally published book. So I'm not ruling anything out. I quite like the idea of hybrid, if I'm honest. But I do like the idea of being traditionally published, mainly because I do a lot of things in my spare time, and I don't think I have the capacity at the moment to learn to market myself and do all the things that traditional publishers do for you. Or maybe I'm just lazy, I don't know. Number eight, what content do you bring to the Authortube table? In terms of what I'm hoping to bring to the channel, I'd like to do sort of vlog style things. I'd like to, what I want to do is a series where I play The Sims and try and get my sim to become a writer. I think that would be incredibly fun. Just as a procrastination tool from all the things I should be doing. I'd like to play The Sims and make something of it. I'd like to try and do some kind of like challengey videos, or trying to sort of work my way up to doing write-a-thons and things. Because at the moment my writing stamina isn't great. It used to be really good, and I think during lockdown and quarantine it's taken a bit of a hit. So I'd like to kind of try and build that back up and do these kind of experiments where I maybe do 10 hours in a row, or I don't think I could do a 24-hour write-a-thon, but I could try. I've never seen anyone do it and not regret doing it. but I could try. Number 9, what's your biggest writing struggle? I think for me, if I'm being really honest, it's probably self-doubt. Particularly when I take on projects or a book becomes I think what it currently is a 9-book series I was thinking about the other day. So I think I get a lot of self-doubt in that my writing isn't that good, and I kind of disconnect from it if I'm having those moments. So I will continue to write, but it will be very bare bones skeleton and I won't put my all into it. So I'm trying to overcome that a little bit. Number 10, what's your best writing skill? I have been told in the past that probably my biggest strength is dialogue, and that I'm quite good at writing things that actually sound like a conversation is happening. I'm still not great at dialogue tags, or every so often my characters will just nod, and they nod all the time, or they sigh all the time, and it's annoying. If you're new to Authortube, what is your biggest Authortube question? And I think that has to be, how do you all do it? I'm watching all these videos where people are putting out so much content. Some people have got 9 to 5, some people are writing huge amounts of work. How do people balance their time and do all of this stuff? Number 13, are you looking for any new channels to follow, betas, CPs, or any other type of writing buddy? I don't have any kind of writing buddies really in my everyday life, so I am more than up for having some internet versions of that. That would be grand. 14, what are you most excited for during this new fresh start on Authortube? I think it is the idea of being able to connect with other authors a little bit, and be able to put a little bit of myself out there. So all those questions came from Jenna Streetley. I will put the link to her video in the description as well. That will be my first video and I will leave you to it. I have no idea how outros work, so bye.